to Toffee TV. It is the starting 11 show for Sunderland in the Carabao Cup. Don't forget, if you haven't subscribed already, make sure you subscribe. Click the little bell for alerts to tell you when a videos come out. And if you want more videos, join us on Patreon. There you go. So Baz, this is the team we've got. This is our team. Don't forget, if you want the team we think Ronald Koeman will pick, that's over on Patreon if you want to see that. But this is the team we're picking. Yeah. Jordan Pickford in goal, definitely. Yeah. He's not gonna put Robles in, or
the team we want, isn't it? No, I'll just leave him in. I want him to play for a few.
No, obviously Pickford's gonna play.
I want him to, I don't know. He is for us.
For us.
He is for us. I want him to play games. I want him to play 15, 20 games on the run, so he's established. Then you can ask about him. Don't ask about him.
4 at the back.
Yeah.
Kenny.
John Joe in. He's in.
No Harry Potter.
No Harry Potter's been
the cursed child. Don't be the cursed child.
John Joe Kenny in at right back. Let's see what all the fuss is about from us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hopefully he'll just get in there, play well, prove that he should be Everton's starting right back till, well, for the foreseeable future.
Definitely.
So that when Seamus Coleman does come back, number one, he doesn't need to be rushed.
No.
And number two, we've got a real battle, because that's what it's all about.
Yeah, every position.
Inside, Holgate.
Yeah, nice.
Centre back.
Gotta give him. To me, it's Kenny or Coleman or it's probably all Martina. Yeah. They're probably the three playing for it. Holgate, he comes in, does a decent job at right back, but I don't think anybody really sees. Otherwise, he'd be the right back.
Yeah.
Wouldn't he?
Yeah.
You know, we've had him for over a year. He's played a lot of games there, and he still gets left out for Martina. So, at some stage, Mason's got to play inside. He's used him in a 3 many a time as the right side of centre back. Let's see what he's like in a 2 alongside Michael Keane, because to me the defence needs freshening up. Williams and Jagielka are too old to be playing all these games. Okay for the squad, I'm coming in for here and there, and I just think he needs freshening up with a bit of youth.
Michael Keane obviously next to him,
and
Leighton Baines next to him. So you'd want to change Leighton Baines.
I would want to change Baines, right? And Luke Garber played for the 23s on Monday night, his first game back, and he's made up and all that. But he's just not ready, is he? And played enough games.
Will he ever be ready though?
Well,
I mean, is he just playing because?
Well, maybe because Robinson's out of Bolton. Maybe that's why he's in. But I don't.
But he's got to play games. If he's gonna, there was a player that I honestly thought was going to push and challenge.
I thought he'd be in our first team. Well,
by now, yeah. I remember when he signed that 5-year contract, we did a video on it, because we were so like, there was rumours that he could be leaving the club, and we were like, oh, we can't have this kid leaving the club, and then signed a 5-year contract, went on loan, and then it just all
wheels fell off. Maybe
he should have been kept around and kept close, and so he could stay at the club and be watched. But yeah, Baines. I mean, the only other player, Baines' understudy is Martina, which is worrying because he can't even play right back. Never mind. Midfield, you've got Garner just sitting in front of the back 4.
Yeah,
patrolling.
Yeah. There was options, obviously. I think if James McCarthy would have been fully fit, I'd have had him in for this kind of game. Mo Bezic is a shout, but I wasn't that impressed against Atalanta last week. And I like Bezic, but I don't know. I just think fit Garner. I just think that energy. Sunderland, that's to come out for me. He needs a little blow. Cut and blow. No, he needs a little rest. And I just think Garner in there.
I would like to see Garner just sitting in front of the back 4 on his own.
Yeah,
nobody else. Just doing the job he did before Sunderland came, and when he was absolutely amazing. And let's let him do that job. Tom Davies just ahead of him.
Yeah, I mean, this is set up as a 4-3-3, but to me, Gylfi would occupy this spot on the left of the, you'd have Garner, and then you'd have Gylfi and Vlasic to go to the right to give us some width, and then these two would stretch it over.
I think what's good is, I mean, Kenny, I think in this, Kenny and Baines, well, certainly Kenny can give us width. I mean, Tom Davies can obviously tuck inside a little bit, and Sigurdsson can tuck inside, but Tom can do the job anyway. He'll go out there and he'll drive forward and give us energy, and he'll just be happy to play.
I think he need, I was thinking about Davy Klassen coming in here, because again, a game, he needs games, doesn't he? But I just think Davis's energy at the moment, I think we could do with getting a few players in who you know what you're getting from at the moment. We're in a little bit of a rut, For various reasons. You know, we've done it on all the videos why we're where we are. And I think we need to put a few in, and you go, I know that he's going to give me 100%, it's going to be everywhere, and that's fine. I don't have to worry about him, even if he doesn't have a great game with the ball. We know what we're getting off him, and I think we need that insurance from Davis. Spark, isn't it?
Definitely.
And them two will give you that. They will give you that.
Sigurdsson, again, he's another one. He needs games, he needs confidence, he needs a goal or an assist or something. But I think it's, to be honest, I'm not necessarily sure it is confidence with Sigurdsson. I just think he needs games and I know he's probably had what, about 6 games now or something like that, including the games for Iceland. But I think he just needs to keep going and keep going.
I think he needs to get comfortable.
He didn't have a pre-season,
no.
which is massive. And we've bought players before who didn't have pre-seasons, and you don't see the best of them till the season after. Or you buy players halfway through the season, you just don't see the best of them, or you buy them with an injury, or for whatever reason they just don't gel in the team straight away because they're always playing, because they don't get that
catch up.
It's the thing about Sigurdsson is he's playing games, and I know they all say match fit, but they're probably not training that much, as in, you know, the nuts and bolts. They'll be training, of course, and they'll be looking at set pieces and stuff for the opposition, but it's game, rest day.
This is what
a game of training, and then
knowing where to play, who to play, what run, what will I do if I run, where will he go, if he gives it me, does he want it back, does he want, and that only comes, it does come on the training ground, of course it does, but we haven't got the luxury of having a week's training at the moment. We're playing every couple of days, and it's not going well at the minute, so I just think this kind of game for him is what he needs. At Goodison, a game we should win. Yeah, they'll be ready for it, they'll be up and ready to battle, but it's a game we should win, and it's a game that he can kind of thrive on, and hopefully there'll be a big crowd and he'll get himself a couple of goals.
So you've got Vlasic inside, obviously. You missed out at Old Trafford. Where exactly do you see his role?
Well, against Atalanta, he was kind of out on the right hand side, but we were so deep in that game, we were all over the place, and I just think with it being a home game, I thought he'd done okay against Spurs when he come on. He was only on for a bit, and I thought, to be honest, I give him man of the match against Atalanta, because he just never stopped going. He was always trying to do something on the ball, and on a night when there was very few decent performers, he done okay. So I think he can give us some.
Could this be a diamond with him there?
Well, it could, but I don't. I think sometimes I'd want him to push wide and try and open them up a little bit. You know what I mean? Maybe he'd float a bit, because Kenny does give you that width. So maybe Vlasic could go in and out, a bit like what Ross Barkley done last year with Seamus Coleman. Ross would come inside with the ball and open them up that way, or he'd go on the outside, he'd have the overlap. Maybe do that kind of thing.
Because I could just imagine him playing it. Because if you look at that, if he was in a diamond there, that's actually a really good diamond. You know, it's actually got a lot of balance to it. And then obviously up front, or certainly Sandro, you've got him starting.
Yeah, again for the reason Sigurdsson is. There was I looked at Lookman and people like that, but I just think these are the games we need to be getting our strikers on a pitch. We haven't scored. Us as fans, we've seen Rooney's goal in the league at home, and we saw Rooney's goal at Man City away. And I know this is a cup, it's not the league, but I mean, we've had those tough games to follow. We need to start getting players with goals. He needs a goal, because what a goal will do for him is it'll settle him down. It'll make everyone go, oh, he can put the ball in the net, and that'll give confidence in, and himself he'll think, I can do it in a competition, because that's what it's about. I
think Sandro has got something. It's just whether we can get it out of him, and whether he gets up to the speed of the league. But games like this will hopefully get him up to the speed of the game. Just number one, I think he needs to toughen himself up a little bit. He needs to stay on his feet a little bit more. Every time he gets touched, he's got to know it's not going to be a foul. In Spain, it will be a foul. Here, it's not. And saying in a competition like this, they'll try and rough him up a little bit, and because they'll have looked at him and gone, well.
But that's why, to me, we're going for the big fella.
The Omar is back. Omar coming. So Nias, is he back?
Nias is back, baby. He is back. He gets better every week.
Just gets better by not playing.
That's it. Every week he doesn't play, he gets better. Nias is coming in, mate. He's coming in, and he's turning it up.
Now, we spoke about Nias. We spoke about it on one of our videos after the Man United game. Now, as we said on that, like, if you'd asked us a month ago about Nias, we would have just gone, behave yourselves. But like we've almost just said there, circumstances out of his control have put him effectively into the team, because we're not scoring goals. We don't have anyone who looks like they will score goals. We don't have any look like we have much pace up front. We're not stretching teams. We don't have a willing runner. All of those things are put onto him. Now, whether he can do that job or not, we don't know.
No.
From what we've seen in the past, he wasn't very good. But he went to Hull. He did okay. Crystal Palace maybe just wanted him to travel down to London with Sacco. I don't know why.
I think they wanted him on loan, to be honest.
Okay, well,
because they did. If Sacco wouldn't have gone through, they'd have bought him. And it was a bit what they done with Coney, really.
Yeah.
They wanted that option, and Sacco again, funnily enough, fucked the Coney deal up, and he's ended up with this one. But I think the thing with, I think you made a good point on. It was one of the ones we done last week about Slachwilesi, about him coming in and he wasn't good enough at the start, and people would argue he wasn't good enough at the end either, but he got into the team and he gave us something we didn't have. Now, it didn't mean he was better than the strikers that we had or we could have got. He certainly wasn't better than Jelavic and players like that, but we got Jelavic in. Slachwilesi had to drop back out again, but he came in and he just done a job for us.
Yeah.
And he was a rough diamond, and Nias has done, listen, he plays and scores nearly every time he plays for the 23s.
Yeah.
And what we said on the other video was, if this was a kid coming through, if this was Boris Matis who we just signed or someone like that, banging goals, and we'd be going, get him in. We haven't got anyone. He's doing it at the 23s, get him in. Now, not only has he done...
Let me stop you right there.
Well, yeah.
It's the same though, isn't it? Kid done well for the under-23s. One's called John Joe Kenny, one's called Tom Davies, doing the job at the under-23s. We're all saying give him a chance. So this fella's doing it at the under-23s. Let's try and forget all our preconceptions of the fella, and we've done it ourselves. We can hold our hands up and say, listen, we wrote this fella off. But, you know...
I think the thing with him, the big thing for me was, I thought Martinez handled it ridiculously. I mean, whether we should have signed him or not, that day, we could have had Dembele for £5 million. And we wouldn't pay it, right? Because we paid 13.5 for him. The rest is history. Came in, it didn't work for that season. Martinez went, Koeman coming, didn't fancy him. But the lad just got his head down and put the ball in the back of the net. But he went to Hull and he played in the Premier League, and he scored the winner against Man United, and he scored run from the halfway line against Liverpool and slotted. Hello, have any of our players done that for years? I don't think so. He got them some good goals. He had assists. And he was a handful. Now, I'm not saying all of a sudden he's going to save us 40 million quid, because he's not. But what he might do is he might just be a valuable option that you use.
Like Valencia last year.
You know what I mean? Exactly. Not someone who you go, he's got to be on the first name on that team. He's not Lukaku. Of course he's not. But you know what? He could come in and, just like you said before, could be an outball. He could literally be, he's not slow, and he will just chase everything. So bang it into the corner and he'll get after it, and he might get you throw-ins and corners and get you 40, 50 yards up the pitch. Everyone's moaning, we're so slow, we've got no pace in the team. This fella isn't slow. He's not lightning, but he ain't slow.
And I think the other thing
is,
he's
tall. He's not like 5 foot.
We're basically just describing he's tall, he can run fast.
Well, we haven't seen... No.
Sign Bolt.
I've Bolt. But we haven't seen him close quarters after I was just 23s for a bit the other week against Spurs when he scored 2 goals. And he scored 2 good goals, had an assist.
But what I was going to say was, he has been training with the first team, and that was the first step. Get him back in the first team. And you'd imagine if he hadn't been looking okay in first team training, then the manager would probably just say, nah.
No. I think, listen, David Unsworth was complimentary about him last season. Said he's got his head down, he's done well for us in the games. He felt he could do a job for the first team, Unsworth, last year. Obviously not instead of Lukaku, but just in the squad. He went off to Hull, he's come back. Again, he's gone in with Unsworth. David Unsworth, he's a great trainer and everything else. Playing, doing well. Koeman said I'll have a look at him, and he's all of a sudden he's back in the squad. So if he, like you just said, if he'd have been crap in training, he would have been swerved. He would have just been, nah, I've got other lads, you know, maybe carry on another 4 weeks, we'll have another look at you. But the fact that he wasn't in the 23s Monday, I think he's definitely going to be on the pitch on Wednesday. without a shadow of a doubt, and that's why we've got him in. And you know what? He's not going to come in and have a touch like Ronaldinho and be amazing, but everyone get behind him because we need him. Now, we need him. That's the way it is. We're paying him, and we need him. And he might end up with 4 or 5 goals till now, but between now and January.
And I think another point is, if he does play and he does okay, and let's say he scored, then you've got another 3. Well, he'd have another 2 home games then. Obviously, he can't play in the in the
Europa League,
which is just mad.
That he's
not in the squad and Barkley is.
Yeah, it's utterly bizarre.
Bizarre.
I want to find out.
But then you have another 2 home games to be like, you know, you're at home. The fans are behind you. They want to do, because you know what, fans do want players to come to do well. I remember. Do you remember the game Niako came back?
Yeah.
And he came back and he hit
against Chelsea,
and he smashed one against the bar, didn't he?
The underside of the bar.
Everyone wanted him to do well.
He had a very good game.
He did have a good game.
Jeffers missed an absolute
but everyone wanted him to do well. Everyone felt like, you know what, whatever's happened, and he's, we were desperate a little bit like now. Hopefully he'll do well, and everyone wanted Staklasi to do well, because again it was like that. I thought it was like the Cinderella story. It was like, we bought this lad, everyone looked at him and looks like, you're rubbish, but you tried really hard. He got stuck. Moyes had a little look at him and was like, nah, he's not good enough. But then put him into training him for like 4 or 5 months, and then when he came, then he gave him another go, because it was like, when you've trained for 4 or 5 months, you've been playing with professional footballers, Premier League footballers every day, and then suddenly when he came back, listen, he wasn't much better footballing wise,
but he knew how to play the game.
But he had a bit of nous, and he knew where to run, and he knew how to unsettle players, and he scored a couple of very important goals, and he did that job just for a very small time. He did a job that we needed, and you know what, in football, that's sometimes all you need, just someone to do a job. Look at Valencia last season.
Perfect.
He did a job for us. It was perfect for the time, for some games, and then we were like, thanks mate, bye, and he ended up he's got a good little move to Mexico, I think, and he's doing alright. So it worked for everyone. That's why, you know,
the squad's there for that reason. We need someone who's going to come in and give us something different. And if Nias comes in and does alright, great. If he doesn't, well, we've had the luck, but he might just be this player that isn't great, but has a knack of putting the ball in the back of the net. And you know what, at the moment we can't buy a goal.
We can't.
So if he comes in and does nothing for 65 minutes and the ball drops to his foot and he puts it in the back of the net, that'll do me, because we had a world-class striker who done that for quite a few games last season where he didn't do much, but when he had the chance he put it in. Not liking him to Lukaku, but I'm just saying sometimes they're key. You know, you have all these players who do everything else.
Listen, you have players that sometimes hit a run of form and for some reason just goes in all the time. Look at Jelavic. Jelavic for 6 months or whatever it was, or 4 months, was the best striker in the world, and then suddenly it was like turning a tap off. It just went.
It's called Marouane Fellaini.
Well, yeah, it was, yeah, but and then he couldn't buy a goal. Like, he had scored 1 in a year, didn't he?
Because everything.
I know, but even
reasons, but even if he'd have stayed, it did go. But remember thingy from Newcastle, Papa Cisse.
Yeah.
Them 2 came in, and you were like, oh my god, these 2 up front, they win the league, any team.
And then
4 months later, the pair of them were horrendous. So
it happens, doesn't it? Sometimes, and if he could score, and he just got into a little run of form, and you know what? Even if he scored 1 tomorrow, if he played tomorrow night and scored, and then people will go, you know what? Maybe he is that option off the bench in games, or
we could be those games where 20 minutes to go, we need someone to stretch, or we're winning, but we need to get us up the pitch because we're getting further and further back, and it's not working. Bang, get Nias on 15-20 minutes, let him run. He played most games for Hull and played that Marco Silva. A lot of people calling him a great manager. He wouldn't have played him, would he? Would have put him in the team and be in quite a lot if he wasn't any good. So he must be all right.
Yeah, we'll wait and see. I mean, that for me, there's only one way to find out, and that's by playing him. And it's as simple as that. Let us know your thoughts in the comments. Who would you have in? I know, obviously, you could have Dominic Calvert-Lewin in there, or Ademola Lookman, or you know.
I mean, there is
Ashley Williams.
Lookman is a shout. There is a case for Lookman, because he potentially more than Vlasic, potentially more than Sigurdsson for this kind of game, of course. But
Alice.
Players you actually want to play.
So for you lovely Patreon viewers, this is the team that we think Ronald Koeman will pick for the game against Sunderland in the League Cup. Stekelenburg in goal.
Of course.
Stekelenburg!
I wouldn't pick him, but big Ron.
Poor Joe Robles.
I know, he's even like skinned his head as
So
well.
sad. Really is.
It is bollocks that he doesn't get in because he's miles better than Stekelenburg. He is, like, hasn't got good hair, but he's miles better than him.
Sad. Very sad.
I'd have Jolan because I didn't just let him go if we weren't going to play him at any time.
I think we were going to let him go, but
no,
I think whoever was buying him found out they had no money.
Yeah, but
They went to jump in the DuckTales tank, and when they got in there, they from. John Joe Kenny at right back.
yeah, I think he'll play him.
Yeah,
I do.
I
He
think-
kind of alluded to it last week, didn't he, before the United game, saying you're not ready for United, but the cup game at home. So yeah,
Keane,
Yeah.
Jagielka. Jagielka?
yeah,
Insurance policy?
I think he'll play. Probably Williams, but
No, not Williams, please.
he shouldn't play Williams.
No. Baines at left back, not
No one
Martina.
You know what? I'm looking at it now. I'm thinking it probably will be Martina at left back
It would not surprise me.
or
would it?
Kevin Morales.
No, it wouldn't surprise me if Martina left back. You know, I'm just saying. Centre midfield, Besic and Sneijder, which is completely at odds with what we picked.
He loves Schneiderlin.
Yeah, he's a
Loves
child,
him.
isn't
He
he?
loves him, so he'll be in. On Besic, I just think Koeman will probably look and think there's probably not going to be that many games that I can start him in ahead of.
I just had a weird feeling. Imagine he played Besic.
I was gonna say, or Besic left back.
Besic in a 3. Anyway, forget about that. Let's stick to this team.
Yeah.
So Besic and
It'll
Sneijder.
be Besic. It will be Besic centre half. It will. James Warren will have him off.
Turn it to Rivel out.
Oh,
You're like, oh no.
Anyway,
John
yeah.
Stones vibes.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean Besic.
I think you look at Besic and I think the manager wants to give him a little bit of a go. He missed a lot of last season. I think he wants to give him a go. Played him, like I said, in Atalanta last week. Didn't really. Ironically, he was better when he went centre back, like sweeper. But he still does that thing where you're just thinking he's giving a goal away by turning with the ball. Yeah, but I think he'll play him because he'll want him to get minutes.
Okay. Right midfield. Sorry, Vlasic.
Yeah, again, I just think he'll want him to get games. Won't he? He'll want him to play. And when you look around, you go, well, you can't keep waiting for the Europa League games. Got league game on Saturday.
I was massively surprised he started him at Atalanta. I was massively surprised about that.
Yeah.
I thought that was too big a game to start him. I thought it was a really important game, and so I was really surprised by that. And don't get me wrong, he did okay, but I was surprised that he threw him in straight away into.
But that's why I think he'll be in at home, because I think at home against Sunderland he'll be looking, thinking this is a British kind of game. Has he got it?
His sister will be tweeting like mad.
Good.
Lookman on the other side.
Yeah, I think Koeman will want to see what he's got to offer.
Even though there might be a little bit of friction there.
Possibly.
See,
I mean, let's be honest, it'll be Morales.
See, I want to see Lookman, but I'll be honest, I don't want to see him stuck out wide. I want to see him playing in a more central position. But I don't know whether the kid's got enough in him to do. That's the thing. He is a more central player. We've seen that. I mean, the goal he scored for the under-23s perfectly illustrated that. But
he come out from wide.
yeah, I suppose from it out to in.
Well, he was the right one. Isn't
Yeah, from out to in. But
I mean, what you could do is
switch.
Well, they could be making 3 up, which is what Vlasic has done, and Lookman could come in here.
He's another one. Lookman's got something about him. He's a good footballer. He's got all the talent, but it's putting it all together on a football pitch. And you can tell he was like a street player, but you can tell he's only. I think
he's early on
in the game. He's only been sort of ingrained in a football club for like 3 or 4 years.
Not even that long.
He wasn't at Charlton for that long. So he's still got to find that discipline, I think, to make him.
But I think again, for the same reason that I said with Besic, and for the same reason I said with Vlasic, his name is Lukic, is games. It's where you give them these games. You know,
and he's got pace.
But at home, you know.
I think Lookman, what he's got to learn is where to do the tricks and where to run at people.
It should be here.
Yeah, exactly.
He falls to me like in the Morales thing.
No, it reminds me of. He used to always start the tricks there. Jimmy Mack. He used to always, didn't he?
Oh.
He started sick there, but then he didn't have pace,
No,
so he couldn't get away.
No.
But he has got the pace, so I can understand why. But I think what he needs to do is use the pace first. Get away from your midfield. Get into the deeper areas where players can't touch you.
Yeah.
That's unfortunately what he's been doing so far. Is he's been trying the tricks around this area of the pitch, to getting on him, losing the ball, and then he's like, and the manager look at you going, "You've just lost the ball in an area where we can be turned." Whereas if he gets up the pitch first and then tries a trick in the final third, players are terrified of touching you.
He's looked his best when he's done stuff on the edge of their box, like Palace away, Bournemouth, I think it was, when he done that little drag back with his foot in it. And things
Players
like
can't touch you because they
Don't
know.
forget he ended Wilshere with that little
did.
rolled foot and put it through.
But
the leg.
if players touch you, or attempt to touch you and miss time on the edge of the box, there's problems, isn't it?
Yeah.
So he's got to learn, but that's maybe a starting position higher up the pitch. Up front, Calvert-Lewin.
Yeah, I'm looking at that team. I think that it won't be the team because Morales and
Nice one, Baz.
and everyone will be in it. But Calvert-Lewin, I suppose, again, it's a home game in a cup. He needs a goal. You know, he scored that goal in Rosenberg. He hasn't found the net since. His game time has deteriorated. He's coming on as a sub. And this is opposition which you'd expect him to do well against.
Yeah.
And for the same, obviously Sanzo needs a goal. You know, so
Yeah.
that's what. It won't be anything like that, but I could see
I can
it.
imagine Lookman playing there, right?
You want everyone a number 10. We've got 94 number 10s.
I know, but I'm looking for the perfect one. Lookman there,
You can
right?
find it here.
There, right? Nias there,
Yeah.
and Calvert-Lewin actually there.
I can imagine.
I can imagine Calvert-Lewin being here,
Yeah.
that left back,
I can imagine
to be
that.
honest, because he'll just do what he's being told to do. And then obviously after 55 minutes when he's knackered, Nias will come on.
Maybe so.
I mean, looking at that, Morales will be in there because somehow he's wormed his way back in.
Worm tongue in the ear. Yeah, Calvert-Lewin I think could do with a goal. I checked his ex-missus's Instagram yesterday. She's deleted all the pics.
Has she?
You know what I mean?
Oh, it's messy.
That's bad news, that.
But she's on the market now, so...
Well, not for me, is it?
No,
You know what I mean?
Not for you, no. Just when she's on the market, so
Yeah,
maybe Lookman can pick it up or something.
I'm generally puzzled by what's gone on there. Surely he couldn't have instigated that.
He was... When he was with her, his form seemed better, I'll be honest.
I don't know. Yeah,
Since they've split up, he hasn't scored.
I just wonder what the hell he's playing at.
Maybe he's got another worldie, as in that.
Yeah, but I don't know. Maybe she just couldn't settle in Liverpool or something. Maybe it's something like
Where's
that.
he from?
I think she's from Sheffield, isn't she?
Oh, is
He's from
she?
Sheffield, isn't he? So
Oh, there you go.
maybe that's it. I want to believe that's just it. It's an amicable thing.
He's a kid, he probably got a few
Kid,
women
it's
to
just-
knock off first.
Well, I'm not being funny.
His matey might have been... No one knows. She's a very pretty young girl,
Yeah.
and has got some fine attributes. But
I'm struggling with the whole
what
thing.
I'm saying is, he's a young footballer, so he's
I just
probably
don't.
got his
What I
pick.
mean is though.
So we got his pick of a
What
few.
I'm talking about though is I don't want him to be like that. I want this kid settled down with a nice
He
girl.
might have... Listen... he
No, I
might
don't
have-
want him to have all
He
kinds.
might have a nice girl there.
No.
Her name's Jane.
Every
She
port.
doesn't really go out anywhere. She's good. She,
I want him to be settled
skirts
down.
over the knee. Never shows her
Oh, yeah.
cleavage, and he's happy. Who knows?
But
Who knows?
that's not an Instagram I want to look at.
Maybe Waz has gone. Listen, I became world class by knocking off prostitutes.
Knocking slices
Get rid of her.
of all kinds and never
Look
stopping.
at Gerrard, Steven Gerrard. You know, one of the best midfielders ever. Banging everything.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
No, truth.
No, like
That-
Gary Naismith.
Oh, yeah, of course.
You know,
yeah.
people like that.
Um,
He kicked anything that moved, and that's
yeah.
what Calvert-Lewin needs to do.
Good, yeah.
Hit anything that moves.
But the problem is, I haven't got a reason to look at her Instagram.
As his.
No, it is.
Why do you want to look at her Instagram?
Because before I used to be like, well,
See, what's Dominic doing
what's Dom
today?
up to today?
Is he eating? What's Dominic eating
What's Dom up to
A nice
today?
black
Is
lunch.
she gone on holiday to the Seychelles? That's a nice
That's what
baby
you
suit.
want him to wear, that's why. I'm quite sure you can still look at her
No,
Instagram
but now it just feels wrong.
like it ever felt right.
Did
She's over 20. She's alright for you.
Okay.
Looking like Harrison Ford. Calista Flockhart.
I was going to say, I've never seen Harrison Ford in a bikini.
Well, you don't want to see Harrison Ford in a bikini first and foremost, do you? Hasn't Rod Stewart, is Mrs. about 30? You're laughing at me, you're years.
I'm married. I'm a married man.
So what are you going on about their Instagram for?
Because it was interesting.
Pass your Instagram. Let's see who you follow on Instagram.
I will show you later who I follow on Instagram.
I'm gonna say, finding an excuse to look at her Instagram's the least of your worries.
It's sound, mate.
There you go.
Yeah,
On the gram.
Anyway, let us know your thoughts on the team, on both teams. The team we picked and the team we've picked on behalf of Ronald Koeman. I probably think ours is better. Again,
Miles better.
miles better.
Don't even want 6 million a year.
No, just 3 will do. 3 each.
Yeah.
3 each.
1.5 each. We'll do. Take a pay cut.
Yeah. Sound.
Everton, mate.
Know what I mean? For Everton, we will just take 1.5 million each a year.
Yeah.
That's what we do for this club.
For this club. Blue blood and all
Yeah,
that.
that's it. Thanks for watching. Toffee TV on Patreon. We'll see you later.